Anong password nila? Password nila. Okay. Okay. Live na tayo din. Alright. So, totoo na to. Okay, good evening everyone. You are now tuned in to Pinoy VA Podcast. Thank you so much for listening in and welcome to our 6th episode. Today we'll be talking about the do's and don'ts when applying for a home-based job. So very interesting stuff.
Yes, we also have a couple of exciting news and updates about TVH. We will, of course, answer all of your posted questions as well. So, tune in until the end of the podcast.
All right. So, before we start, we want to make a few announcements and bring you up to date on a few things about TVH. Announcement number 1. The VA University is now live and running. So the VA University is a place for aspiring virtual assistants to learn. This platform will allow you to improve your knowledge in being a virtual assistant. You can take courses on general virtual assistants, online marketing, and real estate prospecting. So if you go to the website by typing the vauniversity.com, again, that's the vauniversity.com. Right away, you will find on the homepage the step-by-step guide on how to subscribe and how to enroll on the courses that you want to learn. So you can have full access on all of the courses offered on the VA University for a low subscription rate of, ready na kayo?
Ready na!
99 pesos per month. Yes.
Wow,
so, ano na bang
99 lang to, dear!
So, hindi, because we really get a lot of requests sa pagbuo ng website na to, because a lot of people want to learn how to become a virtual assistant, and then they end up having to research on their own or having to watch several different videos, and they don't even know if those videos are good, if they are extensive enough, ganon. So what we did is we had our trainers from the VA Hub record their sessions and discussions and then put them all in one website. And that's available to you for a low price of 99 pesos per month. So inclusive na dito ang online exams to assess how much you have learned on each course, then followed by an online certification to the courses that you finished and passed the exams too. So again, it's available now. You just have to go to the vauniversity.com.
Okay, so for announcement number 2, we have new training schedules. Before, it was just 8 days per training. But right now, we have 16 days of training.
Nice.
2 training courses, the online marketing and the real estate prospecting. So, 8 days each.
Okay, good.
After passing the first course, for example, you had online marketing, you will already be endorsed to different clients. Then, while getting endorsed, you will then take up the second course, which you will need to pass in order for us to keep endorsing you as a VA.
All right. So coming into our first segment of the day, we have back to basics. So our main topic for today is all about the do's and don'ts of of applying on an online interview. Yeah. Okay. So for our back to basics, I want to differentiate first applying for an office job versus applying for an online job. So success means different things to different people. So yung iba, they choose to climb the corporate ladder in an office setting, but others, they choose to have the perfect work-life balance and work at home.
So, but no matter what, no matter
But no matter what, where. Okay.
no matter well, choose to have your career, we go to great lengths to ensure you have every opportunity to succeed in your own way. Iba-iba tayo ng taste, di ba? Let's talk about the main differences muna when applying for an office job versus applying for an online job. Siyempre, madaming differences yan. When applying sa office job, of course, you must dress to impress from head to toe. No questions about it. Dapat talagang presentable ka.
Yeah.
Even your shoes, dapat nakashine siya. Ang hair, walang iblang nakalabas. Pero, when you apply online, what people fail to realize is that you still need to dress to impress. But at least, yung parts lang na nakikita ng interviewer. Like this part. Ito. Be presentable. Kailangan naman magdamit tayo ng may sleeves, kung may sleeves at may collar, if ever. There are applicants who's even wearing yung tie pa, kasi naka-coat and tie pa sila. Na nasa lang yun. Pero may applicants naman na nakapangbahay pa, naka-duster pa. So, naka-jersey, gano'n. Siyempre, hindi siya presentable tingnan para sa mga interviewer. Okay?
Okay, so another main difference, of course, is that when you apply for an office job, you need to travel to get to the interview. But when you apply online, more often than not, the interview will also be held online. So the best thing that you can do for this interview, like I think dapat talaga ito yung, if there's anything that you need to take away, it's this. It's that you need to acquire the best internet connection that you can get your hands on. So kasi kapag slow ang connection, it doesn't matter all of the preparation that you have done. It doesn't matter kung gaano kaganda yung mga sasabihin mo kasi hindi maririnig ng person on the other end. Hindi makikita yan ng person on the other end. That's why you have to make sure that you have good internet connection and that your hardware is all good. So, Nikki, let's talk more about the best practices that you can adopt before, during, and after the online interview on our next segment.
Segment number 2. So, this is the main topic na.
Okay.
The do's and don'ts when applying for a home-based job. So, how long ka na ba nagtatrabaho sa home-based?
Sa home-based, so, wait lang. I think a little over 5. Mga almost 6 years, I think.
Okay, so 6 years nakaranas na tayo na iba't ibang way paano mag-apply.
Naging aplikante na ako,
Naging aplikante
nag-interview, naging aplikante na tayo, nag-interview na tayo na magiging aplikante for the company.
So, alam natin kung ano yung pakiramdam ng
Yeah.
aplikante.
Yeah.
For our main topic for today, we will be sharing with you best practices, okay, that you need to exercise before, during, and after an online interview. Let's start with what is it you are supposed to do before. Okay, so ito yung preparation before an online interview.
Before an online interview.
Yes.
Okay, so number 1, research. This I think is good sense. I'm not gonna say that it's common sense. Kasi based on our experience na lang, hindi siya ganun ka-common. I mean, sa dami nang na-interview na natin, so many of them still don't know what type of company we are and what industry we operate in. Diba? Yung ini-interview natin, sinasabi, gustong-gusto ko na po maging visual assistant. Hindi naman tayo.
Yung visual assistant.
Hindi naman tayo.
Nag-hire ng mga guide ng mga bulag.
Oo, hindi yun. Ang VA is virtual assistant. Nandun kayo sa, andun kayo sa bahay. Kaya virtual. Yun. So, researching about the company will really show that you are truly interested in the company and not just in the job itself. So hindi lang siya gusto kong maging virtual assistant ganyan. It's because you want to be a virtual dahil mataas ang pay, maganda ang benefits niyo ganyan. But it's because you really want to be a part of the culture of the company. And we have really great culture here at the VA, if I would say so myself. Kasi yun talaga yung isa sa mga inalagaan nating i-cultivate yung magandang culture, di ba?
So for number 2, after researching for the company, check the quality of your internet connection and all the hardware you will be using for an interview.
Yes.
Of course, hindi pwede yun during the interview. It was working a while ago. Masyadong narinig ko na yan ng ilang beses. So, do a self-system check or a test run with your computer. Okay, and check your audio, video, internet speed. And if you want to be extra prepared, you may even ask the interviewer what you need to do in case you start having technical difficulties during the interview. That shows initiative, diba? So, yeah. Dapat ready tayo sa lahat na kailangan natin bago, ha? Actually, we give 30 minutes, 30 minutes to prepare for these things.
Yeah. So sa atin kasi when you apply for the VA Hub, we give instructions 30 minutes before for you to do a system check. But not all online companies do that. So when you apply, hinahayaan lang nila kung makaka-attend ka ba, hindi ka ba makaka-attend, maayos may hardware mo or hindi. They don't it's not that they don't care, it's because you're supposed to do that yourself. But we don't want to lose our applicants. That's why we take the extra mile to tell them na mag-self-system check ka, i-check mo, ito yung mga website na pwede mong puntahan para ma-check mo, ganyan. Diba? So, next is number 3. So, our third tip is pick the perfect spot. So make sure that it isn't too dark, but also stay away from overhead lights during the interview. So if possible,
overhead lights.
Yeah, overhead lights. So wag din yung underhead lights, ganyan. Kasi mukha kang nananakot, di ba? Pag naman overhead lights, mukha kang
sinusundo na lang UFO. Baka pagtingala mo, bigla ka na
o di kaya pagtingala mo, ayun na pala, sinusundo ka na ni Lord, no? So, natural lighting is best.
Yeah, that's why the interviews naman is in the day, di ba?
No. So, daytime naman siya dito sa Pilipinas because although ang working time talaga ng majority of the VA Hub is sa night shift. Ang interviews natin, we still think about the applicants and their time. So, sa morning shift ang interview process natin, di ba? Yeah. So, so the reason I'm suggesting this is because natural light is best because bad lighting can be really distracting, and you always want to put your best foot, or in this case, best face forward. So eliminate distractions, silence anything that could interfere with your conversation, including yung mga cellphone, ganyan, patayin nyo yung notifications on your computer since yan yung gagamitin nyo sa interview. Pero yung, kahit yung mga maliliit na bagay na yung mga ganito, tapos ayos kang ganyan. Siyempre, hindi magandang tingnan sa interview yun, di ba? So, put that away para wala kang kinakali-kalikot habang nag-i-interview ka. Okay?
Yan. Kasi parang imagine niyo na lang din na nasa office kayo. Kuwari, ikaw nag-interview ka sa akin. Gagano ka ako.
Okay, habang nag-interview tayo, bigla na lang. Bigla na lang.
Kasi po, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm thinking, syempre may mga iniiwasan natin.
Yeah.
Pangit pa din, di ba? Yun. For number 4, optimize your CV. This one is very important.
Yeah.
Pero ito din ang laging nakakalimutan. Lagi na lang, I'm sorry, it's not updated. We have to feature clear, specific information regarding your significant career accomplishments and achievements importante. Okay? Ang keyword dito ay significant. So yung things like OJT mo from 10 years ago to a company that no longer exists is something that should no longer be on your resume. If you're submitting your resume online, make sure you send a digital copy at hindi printed copy na pinicturan mo. Ayoko ng biodata. Okay guys, hindi na po tayo tumatanggap ng biodata ngayon. CV na po. At as much as possible, dapat naka-PDF form para safe din kayo. Kasi hindi siya may edit basta-basta. Okay? Don't forget to include your correct contact information. Lagi na lang. Kahit sa pag-apply ninyo sa mga website, always make sure that the number is correct. The email address is correct, as in complete ha. So, if it's hrniki@thevahub.com, completed.
Yeah,
okay.
.com. Kasi, lalo na sa, kapag nag-apply kayo sa VA Hub, kasi when you put in your email address or even your phone number, when you put in your contact information, we really use that. And sometimes, yung emails that we send out to you are system generated. So, they just copy whatever is that you have placed there. So, sometimes, meron silang hindi daw sila nakaka-receive ng update or something, and that's because nalilimutan nila yung mga simpleng .com o kaya nagiging @gmail.com. Mga gano'n.
Lesbel, kulang ng E. So, double check niyo yung mga details ninyo. Tapos, minsan nakakarating na sila ng orientation. Wala pala.
Wala pa rin yung
always make sure that your email is correct. Kasi dyan yun din i-check yung updates. From the companies, di ba? Hindi lang tayo. From the companies that you apply to. So, yun. Okay.
Yeah, that's really important. Buta na sabi mo yun. I remember this one time. This was years ago. Kasi nung nag-uumpisa pa lang ako mag-apply for a job, not specifically an online job, pero pinrint ko na yung mga resume ko. Tapos sabi ko, bakit kaya wala akong nare-receive na? Tapos pagtingin ko sa resume ko, mali pala yung contact information ko doon. Yung lian ko, kasi ang nakalagay doon ba, Lian Garcia at blah blah ganyan, whatever.com. Ang nakalagay doon, Gracia. Lian Gracia. Ganyan wala doon. Sabi ko, wala akong nare-receive. Ayun pala, mali pala. So even yung mga maliliit na ganun, di ba, it affects din pala yung how you get updated by the company, mga ganyan.
Kasi minsan kami din, nag-email ako sa kanya, nag-text ako sa kanya. Hindi siya nag-reply.
Yung pala mali pala.
Iba pala si email address. Or may dalawang email address. Siguro kung dalawa yung email address niyo,
check mo pareho.
Oo, check mo pareho. Para, or minsan naman, sorry ma'am, that email address no longer exists. So
nakalimutan
ako mag-check ng security questions mo. Hindi. You have to provide the active, correct email address.
Yes. Okay, so other quick tips that you can do before an interview are make sure that your social media is professional. I cannot hindi ko alam kung paano to iparating talaga sa mga aplikante or just any professional. You have to keep your social media clean. Kasi nowadays, kunyari ikaw, di ba, ikaw recruiter ka, ganyan. Kapag, nakita mo sa CV, hindi mo pa masyadong kilala yung aplikante mo, you want to know more before you hire the person, where do you first go to?
Of course, sa tech mo. Sa Facebook account nila.
Sa Instagram.
Sa Instagram, LinkedIn. Yeah. Sa mga social media accounts. Sinesearch ko yan. Minsan, talagang check ko. Even when they give excuses or alibis na, I'm sorry, I cannot do this, blah, 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 I do check that one.
Kasi din mo makikita sinasabi nila, napakasikat nito yung during, yung kapag attendance issues, bigla silang may pinapatay na kamag-anak, namatay si ganito,
Naku,
namatay si
yun, isa pa
ganyan.
yun.
O kaya binibigyan nila ng sakit, nagkaano si ganito, ganyan.
Ito yung isang bagay na iiwasan natin pag nag-a-apply. Huwag tayong papatay ng kamag-anak.
Dati sila bigyan ng sakit.
Huwag natin silang dalhin sa ER. Ganun-ganun na lang. Siyempre, kahit kung let's say they passed away years ago, we have to respect them. Yun na din, number one, respect them. And number two, hindi kami ang niloloko.
Tapos, and tying this back to your social media, minsan, yun yung ibibigay yung excuse na pag-check naman namin ng social media, biglang, nag-party pala si ganito, birthday pala ni ganyan.
Pero I would like
so easy to check
to comment yung mga applicants natin or even the VAs na nagkaroon naman sila ng issue. Let's say may namatay or what. Sus ko naman, nagsend ang picture.
Kasama yung patay.
Kasama si patay. At least kasama na. Pero mayroong isa, nagsend siya ng picture, namatay na daw. Yun lang yung pinicture. What if natutulog lang to? Sinabi. Siyempre, hindi tayo sure sa mga ganyan. Be professional. Send documents.
Yeah, wag yung picture, nag-selfie pa kayo katabi ng na-aksidente. Nag-selfie pa kayo.
Unless ikaw yung involved doon. Let's say you had, di ba? Wag naman sana yung road accidents. Yun, ikaw mismo, picture mo. Sama ka. Di ba?
Yeah. Okay, so what about during the interview naman, Nikki? So moving on to our next.
During the interview, number one.
Okay.
I cannot stress this enough, but dress professionally. Okay? Kahit online interview yan, you will still be assessed based on how you present yourself. So kung interview pa lang, a-attend ka ng naka-jersey o kaya naka-duster ka, alam ko masarap pagsuot nun. Pero, don't expect to be taken seriously. Alam mo, actually, hindi lang siya sa damit. Even sa hair, minsan yung iba talagang nagaganyan na yung hair nila. Tapos, syempre, pangit pa rin tignan o kaya mag-coat na lang sila.
Oo nga. Tapos, o kaya, postura, pero yung buhok, ginano lang na ballpen. Alam mo yung ginagano ng ballpen? Gusto yun eh. Nung kabataan namin. Gusto yun.
Gusto yun. Kaya gano'n nila yung ballpen. Or mag-powder. Kaya kagat-kagatin mo na lang yung labi mo. Pero, yun nga, be presentable. Yung damit mo, Dok Juan, naka-blazer ka. Pagdating ng mukha mo, putlang-putla ka. Pangit naman din yun. Diba? Yan. So, dress professional.
Yung tech person natin, siya pa yung nagsabi na huwag patayin yung mga notifications sa phone. Biglang nag-ring.
Biglang nag-ring.
Biglang nag-ring, ha?
Ang lakas! Parang mga senior, ang tunog ng cellphone.
Okay. Alright, so Number two, best practice, calm your nerves. I can't, hindi ko talaga hindi ko natataimtingnan talaga yung mga, talagang kabadong-kabado sila. Mas makintab na sa sahig yung mga noon nila, ganyan. So, you have to calm your nerves. Practice your main talking points if you're really nervous, and remember to slow down. Napag-interview ko na ba yung sa sobrang bilis nila, wala ka nang nasabi. Kaso,
so kung nakikita nyo yung sarili nyo na gano'n, tapos na-interview ko kayo, ganito ang mukha ko. Gano'n. Nagtataka ako, bakit ang bilis? Nagmamadali ba tayo?
Ikaw na yung pinagpawisa sa sobrang bilis.
Ugali po naman namin is itatype ko, ang isasagot nila.
Sobrang bilis. Okay. So,
and minsan sobrang bilis nila, pagkakaano sila, nervyos, doon nagkakaroon ng mistakes.
Yeah.
paikot-ikot na sila.
Tsaka yung mga sobrang daming sinasabi, it's really better to be direct to the point when you're asked questions. Kasi when you're nervous, you tend to ramble. So, ang nangyayari, naikwento mo na yung nangyari nung isang araw, tapos ng ganito, ganyan. Ang tinatanong lang pala, anong scenario, yung pinaka-proud kang nangyari sa office. Tapos nakwento mo na yung
paano ka na-hire?
Hanggang saan nag-exit ka sa company mo.
Nakalimutan mo na sagutan yung pinaka-point. Come your nerves, kasi hindi naman namin kayo kakainin.
Oo.
Hindi siya mahilig doon.
Ganito lang ako, pero hindi ako nangangain ng aplikante. So you really have to calm your nerves, wait for the interviewer to respond before moving on to your next point. Because dahil online kayo, nag-i-interview, it's so easy to talk over people on online calls. So, kasi syempre online nga yan, so madaming may delay, ganyan, may delay. So your body language in a video interview can also convey a lot of things about who you are as a person. So, wag malikot. Okay? You can present a positive image by ensuring that you are sitting up straight and you have good posture.
Yes.
Diba? Hindi yung ini-interview ko tapos nakaganon ka, diba?
Diba kasi maganda talaga yung share nila. Aray,
sumakabong na ko dun.
Diba? Oo, comfortable naman yung share nila. Kaso minsan,
sila yung uncomfortable.
Tell me something about yourself. Yes, I've been in the BPO industry for pangit tingnan, di ba?
Yung nagbabounce ka sa chair, parang rapper.
Kasi kami, kahit wala kaming camera, nakatayo kang ganyan eh. Pagka sanay ka nang mag-work online or work at home, hindi ka na masasanay ng nakagano. Ha? Uupo ka na talaga ng maayos.
So yeah, you can present yourself, you can present a positive image by sitting up straight, having good posture, place both feet on the ground, avoid doing things like slouching, holding your head up with your hand, yung ganito. Kasi parang pagod na pagod ka na ba? 2 minutes pa na tayo sa interview, pagod ka na.
30 minutes to.
And always try to keep your hands in your lap to avoid distracting gestures. Yung okay lang naman yung mag-hand gestures to present your points better, di ba?
Sa amin, tinuturo yan. Okay naman siya na may hand gestures din yan. Yung kita din, okay. Pero wag naman yung
o kaya yung kalikot ng kalikot. Ayoko talaga yung kalikot. Tsaka hindi maganda yun. Hindi lang sa ayaw namin. It's because it's not, it doesn't look good. It doesn't present you as your best self. So, just make sure that you use your hand gestures to present your points better, but not to fidget. Fiddling around, ganyan.
Wag too much din. Parang, number 1.
Pero yung na-interview ko dati. So, sobrang kakaganon niya, ang lapit niya sa web camera niya. Hindi tinamaan na yung web camera sa kakaano niya, di ba? Sa kaka-hand gesture niyang ganyan. Pagkatama ng web camera, di gumulong.
Itatas niya ba yun?
Sorry, ma'am. I got carried away.
Okay, so number 3, look your interviewer in the eye.
Ganun talaga.
Isa sa mga benefits of doing an interview online is you can have some notes in front of you, just like us now. So, off camera, to remind you of critical issues you want to highlight during the interview, but do not overuse them kasi magmumukha kang
may ibang kausap.
May ibang kausap or memorize mo yung tanong. Memorize mo yung sagot. Isasagot mo. So remember, even in the online environment, eye contact is important. Kaya instead of looking at the person on the screen or focusing on your notes, look directly into the webcam and stay engaged.
Stay engaged.
Yes. Yeah. Minsan kasi may nakakausap ako. May kausap.
O kaya yung yung since naka-webcam sila, and yung monitor nila nasa harap kasi yung web camera nandito. Ganyan. So, ganito yung itsura nila. Pero, sobrang engaged sila sa monitor nila. Ganyan, no? Pero, nandito pa na yung camera. So nagmumukha
kasi
sila.
Kasi nakatingin ka kay interviewer. Kasi minsan walang camera si interviewer, diba? Parang, saan ako titingin? No? Titingin ka sa
webcam.
Okay.
So, yun. Grabe talaga yun. Engaged sila. Pero hindi naka-side view pala sila sa camera.
O kaya ganito, nakaharap kay camera. Okay, please visit the website. Yes. Wala siya.
Okay.
Yung position din yan. Position ng camera. Important.
Okay, good. So moving on to the last part of this topic is what you are to do after an online interview. So for this part, we only have 2 very easy points for you to remember. So number 1, write a thank you note. So hindi naman kailangan na sobrang bigay na bigay to or sobrang elaborate, madami kayong ginamit niyo na yung thesaurus para gumawa ng thank you note. Doesn't have to be too formal. Just sending a message over Skype is sometimes it's better.
Just say okay. Thank you.
Kasi okay. So the only
thank you.
Yes. Kasi the only important thing to remember about this is to be sincere. So, thank you for your time. I really appreciated talking to you today. Mga ganyan. Something candid but also sincere. So, kahit kapag nagpa-follow up kayo, laging yung dugtungan ng simple thank you note, ganon. This shows good quality and courteousness towards your would-be office mates if you do get hired. Right?
Yes.
Good
For
sense.
number 2, follow up on progress. The hiring process can sometimes be a lengthy one, most likely with several rounds of interviews. So you'll need to be patient. But that does not mean you should not follow up occasionally to express your interest in the job. Pero syempre, huwag nyo din naman madaliin ang mga recruiter na kausap ninyo. So for us, we do have, siguro mga within the day, dapat kasi tapos namin yan lahat. Even with the updates, kailangan updated kayo within the day. Pero, minsan, kung hindi pa rin siya updated, you may send a message na to ask, can I have an update with regards to my application? Like that. Minsan naman, I would like to add one thing here. Ang feedback. Okay, feedback. Hindi tayo, kung gusto niyo ng feedback, you may request. But we will not give it to you on the spot. Especially sa final interview.
Kasi medyo off-putting naman. I mean, it's okay to ask feedback like, I want to improve myself. Please tell me the reasons why kunyari you failed, or even if kung merong iba na kahit na pumasa sila, they still want to know if you have feedback for them to improve themselves during interviews, ganyan. And I appreciate those, yung mga ganong requests.
Yeah.
Pero yung i-challenge ko, bakit mo ko binagsak?
Wala akong feedback. So, hindi tayo nagagana.
Yeah, because most companies, they don't provide feedback naman talaga.
Yes, kahit naman sa office-based, di ba? Hindi ko naman tinanong yung ba't mo ko binagsak?
Hindi na eh. So, and sometimes, it's so difficult to tell them na it's not anything that you did. It's just that sometimes we find people who are better fit for the job, or sometimes we know that you won't be a good fit for the job because we know that you would either be miserable kasi during the interview, sinabi mo na I really don't like taking in calls, or ganyan. I don't like being a part of a team, ganyan.
Yes.
So it's not because we judge that you're like that, so ayaw namin ng ganon. It's because we know that when you become a virtual assistant, that you will be taking calls and you will be working with a team. And so we don't hire people na alam namin na would be miserable in that position, di ba?
Yes, you will have a hard time adjusting kasi hindi mo gusto. Like, ano pa ba yung isa? Graveyard shift.
Yeah.
Yan.
Yung magsasabi na ayaw ko ng graveyard shift. Ang
Graveyard shift is a
sinaservice natin
challenge.
United States paano yun?
Wala naman tayong
Sila yung mag-graveyard shift para sa'yo.
Pwede. Wala naman nagtitinda sa gabi sa kanila. Wala pa ako
Or since real estate tayo, nagbenta na midnight, binentahan ka ng bahay, di ba? Wala
kayo ba, binentahan kayo ng gabi?
So,
Hindi pa naman ako nakaranas. Balot lang.
So, yun. Kapag talaga, when we know that you're gonna be miserable at the job, or we know that you're not gonna be a good fit, sometimes that's enough for us to tell you na, no, we're not going to let you progress, ganyan.
Yes, the quality of answers. Talaga. Saka yung on point yung sagot mo. Kasi minsan, nawala, katulad na sinabi natin kanina, kasi nga nina-nervyos, paikot-ikot na siya dun sa sagot niya, hindi niya pa rin nasagot yung tell me something about yourself.
And sometimes it's really important because we are, ang nature of business natin is not really, it's more of like a virtual assistant agency. So it's not really us who's going to be hiring you, but the clients.
Yes.
So if you don't interview well, like or you just, or sinabi mo na outright na ayoko nag-i-interviews ganyan, gusto mo hina-hand out lang sa'yo yung mga tasks, then this may not, then this may not be for you. Kasi because we are sort of like an agency, then most often than not, they will be mag-ano talaga sila, mag-i-interview sila, ganyan. Okay, so wow, dami na sigurong na-pick up ang mga viewers natin today about the best practices for online interviews. So one of them that you mentioned was about having a good CV, right?
Yes, CV.
So our next segment is perfect for those looking to make their CVs look more professional. So coming into our third segment, it's our featured apps. So the apps that we are going to feature today are apps that you can use to create your online portfolio and CV. So we basically have 3 featured apps for today. So the first one is visualcv.com, right?
So, hindi siya nalabas.
Yeah. So we have visualcv.com, we have kickresume.com, and canva.com. I think the most popular among this is Canva.
Yes,
Kasi
Canva.
it's not just used for resume to build your resume. It's also used to create designs, mga ganyan. So this is already very popular. But the other 2, they really are specific to just building resumes. So yeah.
Okay. So again, it's visualcv.com, kickresume.com, and canva.com. Check the spelling na lang.
Yeah.
So, all these resume builder sites will enable you to create a decent resume that will help you when you apply for any type of job. Mapa-office man yan or online. Some of them will even let you have an online copy or a resume website, which will come in handy when you apply for a job online. Tip, wag naman screenshot.
Yeah.
Wag yung tsuran si CV. Sinin. So, be techy. Dapat maging techy din tayo.
Since online job yan, and you're gonna be working online, ganyan, be familiar with your hardware and be techy.
And the picture. Importante si picture.
Ang ganda-ganda na CV mo, tapos yung picture mo, kinrap lang na
Oo.
picture.
O kaya,
May kamay pang long kamay pa sa gilid mo kasi naka-upload
meron
yung
ako
pare mo.
nakita before, selfie. Selfie siya, nakatank top si ate, and nag-selfie, kita ang tattoo.
Meron nga kami dati, ang avatar, so we call that avatar, your photo, ganyan, that you use everywhere. So we call that an avatar. Yung avatar ni Kuya, may kagat-kagat na rosas. Ganda na, naka-Apollo pa siya, ganyan, tuxedo, ganda.
Kagat na rosas.
Kagat-kagat na rosas na gano'n.
Siguro if you are the boss, kasi sila yung employer.
Hindi pa din eh. Hindi mo talaga, walang magandang...
Kung aring helper ako, mag-a-apply ako sa inyo, makagulong mga selfie ang mga ano ko. Di ba hindi maganda? May iba na maganda talaga yung picture nila, yung nakatingin pa sila sa nature, mga gano'n.
Nakatingin sa nature. 2x2 whole body. Hindi, o di kaya, yung iba naman, meron mga ibang nagpasa sa amin, ganda ng picture, ganyan. Diba? Tapos naka blazer, naka polo, ganyan. Kasi yung bangs hanggang dito.
O kaya in-edit, orange yung lipstick. Anong edit na ba yun? Ginagawang orange yung lips nila. So, dapat professional pa din. Ang ganda kaya nito yung Canva. Ang ganda ng mga resume na gawa kay Canva. Please do avoid using Word na PDF. PDF is better.
Yeah. So each of these sites will really differ in the way that you put in your information and in exporting the completed resume. But some of these resume builders will ask you to complete the resume templates by uploading an existing Word document and then exporting it as a PDF. But others, it may require you to enter your data manually. But in any case, pag-render nito ng pag-render ng CV mo, na siya, PDF na talaga siya. So it's either that or in addition to that, sometimes binibigyan pa nga sila ng parang resume website. So parang link na lang siya, and then that's what you can use to submit sa mga online ganyan.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's better.
So pagpunta nila, nasa website na talaga siya, and then you can scroll down ganyan. And it's easier for the interviewer or the recruiter to check your CV.
Okay, and make sure na totoo yung nasa CV mo. May mga nagpapagawa kasi ng CV where they pay the person to create an online resume for them. May ganun eh. Pero I encountered one na hindi niya alam kung ano yung nakalagay sa CV niya. Hindi niya alam na nilagay pala doon na siya ay summa cum laude. So, nung sinabi ko, summa cum laude ka pala.
Trabaho ko pala sa JP Morgan.
Ako?
Okay talaga to? Talaga to?
Or even yung file name. So guys, when you save your CV, just check the file name as well. Kasi minsan, iba yung file name. Cutie baby.
O kaya yung sobrang haba, yung FJSC 77 PDF. Tapos hindi nyo na makita kung nasan yung
Oo, mahirap na yun.
Meron pa nga nagpasa sa atin CV, final draft.
Parenthesis 2. Yun. So just recap, pagka ang mga before, research. Okay? Research about the company. This is not for the company or for the interviewer to know that you know the company that you are applying for. It's for you. It's for your safety. What if the company is a scam? I had an applicant, sabi niya, what is the job here? Okay, tinanong ako, anong trabaho? So, sabi sa kanya, dapat ni-research mo to. So, alamin mo kung ano yung trabaho. What if I tell you that you're going to have intimate chats with foreigners? Diba? Intimate, as in yung, di ba may ganun na So, sabi niya, yes ma'am, lalaki siya. Yes ma'am, I will do that. Sure ka? Makikipag-flirt ka sa mga... Yes ma'am, yes, I can do that. Are you really sure? Tumawa na lang siya. So, what if ganun yung work? Diba? We have to make sure. May mga, I'm not belittling them, but it depends on the person kasi. So, minsan kasi parang, ito sa amin nag-a-apply, VA sila, tapos biglang, ay, bakit ako magko-calls? Kasi akala ko admin task lang. Akala ko secretary lang ako. No. So, dun mo malalaman, okay, gagawa pala ako ng blog, nag-edit ako ng photos and videos, especially yung galing sa BPO, iisip nila na being a virtual assistant is just like being in a customer service company. Okay, two different things. So research.
Okay. And then next is check the quality of the internet connection and all the hardware that you will be using for the interview.
And webcam yan,
Mhm.
internet, headset. Headset.
Headset.
So sa headset, recommend namin since beginner tayo, newbies tayo, you don't need to buy the expensive ones kung hindi pa tayo kumikita, no? Hindi pa tayo kumikita. Logitech H111, take note of that. Logitech H111, tatlong 1 or
Ano na ba to? Yung
110.
USB na ba to?
Hindi pa siya, audio jack pa siya, but it's only 500 pesos. Maitawid mo lang ang interviews mo. But
pero at
it
least
works well.
yeah.
I've been using that for 6 years din yata.
Bago ka ng USB headset.
Bago
Ang tagal
ka ng USB. Ang tagal. Kasi nakikisip ko. Kasi siya talaga ang ganda. As in, sobrang lakas na ng kulog at kidlat sa background ko. Tapos kaya ako ko, pasensya na, malakas yung kulog at kidlat dito. Wala akong naririnig.
Magandang noise cancelling features.
Yes.
Yeah.
And i-search nyo online. Nandun siya, Logitech. And it's only 500 pesos. Kasi yun din ang concern nila. Ito bibili ng 2,000 na headset. Kung hindi pa ako hired.
Pero kung kunyari, nag-training ka na, pumasa ka na ng training, pwede ka nang mag-invest.
Mag-invest ka na.
And even if you don't, if you're really serious about working at home, you really need a good headset. Because, like I said, if they can't understand or hear you, then, it's very unlikely that you will keep a client or get hired for a job.
Yes.
So number 3 is pick the perfect spot. Number 4 is
CV.
Optimize your CV. Okay, and then during the interview, dress professionally, and then calm your nerves. Okay.
Kalmado lang.
Yeah. Look your interviewer in the eye.
Huwag titingan na.
Huwag magsa-side view. And then, after an online interview naman, always make sure to write a thank you note. And then,
follow up on progress.
Yeah.
If you did not receive any.
Yes, okay. And then for the 3 featured apps that we have Visual CV, kickresume.com, and canva.com. Okay, so we are now...
Segment 4.
Okay.
Q&A.
So Q&A. Okay. Paano ba natin mapapalabas ang mga comments dito? Wait, I think...
OM siya?
Comments, wait lang. Comment, no. Because I don't work on an iPad, no.
Okay. They're saying hi.
Okay. Ayan, meron ka naman pala eh.
Tingnan mo.
Oh. Any questions? No questions yet.
Okay.
Okay, so no matter if you don't have questions right now, that's fine. This podcast, although it's live right now, it will be posted on our not website. Kailang. Facebook page, yun. So it will be on our Facebook page. So even if it's no longer live, you can still post your questions there. We're very active on social media. So once you post your questions there, we will be answering them right away. So, which brings us to the end of the show. So unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much again for tuning in to Pinoy VA Podcast.
Like and follow our page, the VA Hub Inc., to get updates and interesting content about being a virtual assistant. And to be informed on when our next podcast will be. We are looking to stream every few weeks, so please stay connected and we will update you soon.
All right.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.
Bye.